All right, what's up, Dragon Brood? We have a really fun Naya list today. This is a little bit of a throwback because we haven't played anything like this in a minute, but we're going to go Naya Legends because there's some really fun cards we haven't played with in a minute, and I think we can jam them all into one list and get some big results. All right, so we're starting at the top with Zac Fair because, you know, some ways to protect our creatures, why not? Couple of Burst Lightnings because I wanted some extra removal, so we're just squeezing in where we can. We are playing Llanowar Elves for some mana, some Get Lost because, again, a few removal. And then Inties, and it's all this fun. This is a way to help us dig to some of our other cards, make our creatures a little bit bigger. We do also have some Badger Mole Cubs, and Kryn, Undercity Dreamer. Now, this is a card you don't get to see too often, but it is a 1/2 that actually puts counters on two different things, which is nice. But more importantly, we can also play it on the backside later, and it can give itself hexproof, which is super sweet. Then we have the Sariema, which can help us go find any creature that we're looking for, because all the creatures are legends in this deck, which is really great. And if our creatures are tapped, they have Indestructible. So another way to protect our stuff. Then we have Surrak, Elusive Hunter, a way to get some extra cards. It also can't be countered, which is super sweet. And then we have Moira, Trash Tactician. Moira just gives us free mana, but also gonna give us a chance to gain some life, which is super nice. Sometimes let us get extra cards. We are playing with Leatherhead, Swamp Stalker, because it's hard to get rid of with that hexproof token on it, and it is a way that we can remove artifacts or enchantments if necessary. Halana and Alena, we know this card's good, has reach, it has first strike, pumps all your other stuff. But then we're also playing Annie Joins Up. This was the card that I really wanted to come back to and play, because Annie Joins Up not just deals 5 to a creature or planeswalker, but also doubles up all these effects from these triggered abilities. We can get double cards from Inti, we can get extra counters from Kryn, we can get extra cards if they target our stuff from Surrak, we can get extra life and mana from Moira, we can double pump stuff from Halana and Alena, just like lots of cool stuff going on in this list. Speaking of which, we also have Dragonhawk Fates Tempest, which works really great with Halana and Alena, comes out, does its thing, and can attack, but also, if we have Annie Joins Up, it just gets a trigger multiple times, which is great. And then another card we forgot about, which is a pile of extra damage, is Roxanne, Starfall Savant. So this card's actually super sweet too. Just produces extra damage and extra mana, right? We love that. But yeah, this should be a pile of fun. But before we get into it, you know I got to tell you, if you're going to do any shopping for Magic cards, check out our friends over at Tales of Adventure. It's TOAMagic.com. And if you use my code DRAGON while you're there, which is just DRAGN, it'll save you 5% on whatever you decide to order over on their website. I'd appreciate it. You get to save some money and you support the channel. But all that being said, let's go see if this pile of legends can get us some legendary wins. Okay, let's try it. Good old Badger Mole Cubs, huh? We already have one white, so that helps when we're talking about Sariema situations. And we drew the other one. Does Requiting Hex eat a Badger Mole? Looks like the answer is yes. Don't really hate that, though. That's actually reasonable. Bandit's Talents. I will discard... Actually, am I discarding this Sariema? I think I'm discarding... This is actually a tough choice. I thought I knew what I was going to say here, but... Where is kind of sweet? Man. I'm getting rid of this Moira. And I'm going to gamble... Ah, dang it! I was gambling that we'd be able to do something cool with Badger Moles and the Sariema, but alright, at least we have double Badger Mole now, right? So, there is some relevance here that, I mean, unless they have another Bandit's Talent, which they could, we could Sariema, cast whatever we get, and then our creatures, legendary creatures, will be protected, so that's kind of cool. Still on the search for a good discard deck in Standard. We see a lot of them still pop up on the ladder, and they don't perform very well. But there's definitely a want out there. Okay, a Furtic Core. Okay, you got it. Oh. Alright, so we can get 2, 4, 6... Oh no, this is 3, 6, 9, 10. Oh. What do we get that's worth protecting? Oh, I know what I'm going to get, actually. Let's... Oh, but then I'll be a mana short if our Badger Moles die. Dang. Alright, either way, we're playing the Sariema. That's a given. So we have 3 green, a red. Well, 3. It's some combination of 3 green and 2 red. What I'm thinking about getting is a Lana and a Lena, and then just firing off the Dragonhawk afterwards. So let's do that. So if they do, this needs to be at 7, right? I don't think we even need to worry about turning it on. Let's just get in what damage we can, because there's a good chance a sweeper is coming. But if it is Deadly Cover-Up, we get to keep the Halana Lena, and then we need to draw an untapped land for Dragonhawk. Which is pretty critical. Okay, it was just an Unholy Annex. That's really good, actually. Strategic Betrayal, yeah. I don't... Do we care? Sure. Yeah, we're going to do so much damage next turn. Oh, bonus. Alright. Woo! Alright. Let's go. Everybody in the pool. Well, that worked out nicely. We still had 8 damage to spare. Let's keep this. We drew Annie Joins up, so I kind of want to keep it just for that reason. Don't know if that's a good, justifiable enough reason, but, you know, we're making content. We want to see the cards. Well, they got a Badger Mole Cub. That sucks for us. Well, that makes things a little bit better, I guess. Sadly, do kind of have to use this so we don't fall too far behind. Moira will give us at least a little bit of a catch-up mechanic, maybe. Okay, opponent also did not find any other lands. So, only good news here is that if they have just a, say... Oh, it's a Delian Fell. That's actually bad. That's actually really bad. Alright. Well, with them being stuck on mana... Oh, well, that's a neat one to draw. If we play that, then we have 3. What do I do with 3 mana? I think we just take the chance here. Get rid of their Badger Mole Cub, leave them with 2 lands, and then we just try to get extra triggers off of our stuff next turn. I think is the game plan. It's not great, but, you know, it's something. Okay. Alright. So we can Badger Mole. Then turn a land on. So that's 2, 3, 4 mana. So I kind of have to pick and choose what I want to do here. Kind of want to get rid of Delian Fell, to be honest. I really, really, really want to. And this might be our only shot. You know what, though? Let's try. Let's try something else. They probably have a removal spell. If they do, so be it, you know? Alright. Then I think we drop down Kryn. Oh, we get to do it twice. That's fun. And then if we attack Delian Fell, it would go to 1. Oh, I really just want to get rid of their creature. Like, just like, hey, find some mana. Do your thing. Delian Fell gets to trigger another time. That's fine. We're going to hope to trample over with Inti. That's kind of all I got. I mean, you can get rid of a creature. Wouldn't be the craziest thing right now. Because also, if I flip this guy, he has first strike and haste. Okay, they found more land. They're back in business. Oh, and their shield's down. All right, so we get to get the dude now. That's important. All right. Let's attack here and here. Let's... yeah. Settle untap Kryn. We'll discard this and go digging. Hopefully we find something worthwhile. Put a counter on you. Alright, well, we can at least play the land. Okay. Verdict Core, you got it. And Alana World. Oh, Sariema is so well timed here. That is big. How much mana do I have? Just 3 available? Wow, 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 wow. What abilities do we want? I mean, getting Leatherhead is good here because we could get rid of their room. Lana Nalena is pretty big business. Oh my gosh, this is like embarrassment of riches. If we get Roxanne, that could also deal a bunch of damage too. Man, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what to take, opponent. This is critical spot, I guess. I'm going to go with... we can do a lot of damage here, so I'm just going to go with Lana Nalena. And I'm not going to discard. And I will tap Inti just to protect stuff from a deadly cover-up. We'll lose our land, but the land just comes back into play. This puts them in a situation where their best play is to just make the demon or leave everything back to block. Or if they have instant speed removal, I guess, they could do it while my creatures are untapped. Because I think we have to do this at sorcery speed when we station. Yeah. All right, Unholy Annex. That you know what? That's another 4 life. That's real. Oh, and they got a Deep Cavern Bat. You're kidding. Oh, that's so sick. How gross is that? What a rip. I mean, if they win, hey, you earned it, you know? All right, what's the plan? We need to get, if we get this to 7, it's currently at 4. So we could tap this, turn this on. Then we could give it trample. The opponent's kind of forced to block. We don't have to do this as a sorcery either, do we? We can just turn this over. Oh, this is a hard choice. I think we just see what's on top. I think that's the play. Discard. Counter on you, so you trample for the most. Another Inti. Oh, and he joins up. Okay, that's not terrible. I'm here for it. Now, the downside is I now have to risk losing my Sariema. But if they make that play, we're still fine. And we're okay with that. Doesn't matter which one we keep. Get rid of you. We will protect our creatures just the same. Man, Sariema coming in clutch, let me tell you. So now they have to get rid of the Sariema and have the removal, or the sweeper. Which I guess they could if they had a land. Because you could just 2 mana remove the Sariema and then sweep the board. Oh, opponent, don't do it. Yep. They're like, wait, why didn't it die? Now they're reading the other cards and going like, this Inti should have died. Yeah, okay, they just realized. I was just like, what are we doing? Oh, yeah, if that's their play, we're in good shape. Because they're not even going to have a flyer just block. But we are at 4. All right. Playing Alana, Lena. Do you have an answer? It appears to be no. To you and to you. Go attacking. Yep, that's going to be more than enough. I hate that they never fix that with the rooms and it just keeps making that noise. This was actually pretty tough, truthfully. Considering the opponent had the Delian Fell, like that, that Deep Cavern Bat was so sick. Just such a good rip for them. But Siriema, I think, really kept us alive in that one. So thumbs up to one ofs, I guess. Maybe we need to be playing 2 of those. Okay, I mean, we kind of sort of got all colors. I mean, obviously, we need another red or white land for this hand to really work out the way we want. Veteran Survivor. Sure, there you go. That's what we're looking for. Let's... Do we need to show them the white? Probably not yet. Let's keep that part a secret. That'll be just between us. All right. Now you get a Shelter by Ghost to get rid of our Badger Mole Cub. Or a Seam Rip. They do tend to play both of those. Yep, there's a Shelter. I dare you to attack. I'll block. I promise. I was going to say, if you do, that's going to be the craziest thing, because I absolutely was ready to block. 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? I think I'm just going to get rid of that now. I've played against these decks too often to know if you just get rid of their stuff, they often don't have enough creatures or threats to put all their enchantments on. Yep, that's what I thought. Yeah, when you're getting to play against these mono-white enchantment aura decks, a lot of times it may seem wasteful to just use removal on a couple of early guys, but in my experience, just get rid of every guy. This is one of the few decks where you just say, like, just get rid of everything and then just leave them with the hand of nothing. And then you just need 1 or 2 turns to attack, and then after that, even if they get their stuff, sometimes it's too late. Like here, even if they would have stacked up more stuff, it's like, all right, well, now I'm getting rid of something with Annie Joins Up. Now I'm just playing the Dragonhawk, and then it's just like value from there. Ooh, okay. Okay. Man, I remember when, like, 2 years ago for Run the Clock, we played so much Roxanne on this channel. Which is one of the reasons I wanted to play this deck. Because it's just like, now we get to, I don't know, it's like a throwback. You get a duress. Alright, I was going to say, we need to draw some land deck. This is cute, but we're playing against black and they probably have removal. Now is it land, get rid of Badger Mole Cub time? No, it is not. Oh, so what are we looking to do? I guess we just play Badger Mole, play Surrak. So if they have some kind of weird sweeper that gets rid of small things, we at least have stuff. But now our hand's loaded. This guy also has haste, which is sick. Oh, stock. Can we win? No, we can't, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Though, if we went 3, 6, it'd be 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nah, still not enough. Oh, but back-to-back Roxannes could be fun. I wouldn't hate that. So let's go Roxanne into Kryn. Yeah, let's do that. Hit the opponent. Play a Kryn. Juice up a couple of bodies. All right. Now, and if they have some small sweeper, we have mana set up to use a Roxanne. Oh, that's not even close. Gonna get it, opponent. I was thinking it might be like Day of Black Sun or something, but then like Roxanne and Surrak would have got the job done. This is just a fun mix of creatures, you know? And the best part is, Duress didn't even do much. Like, they Duressed our removal, and we're like, whatever. This deck's so many creatures. I don't know, like 30 plus creatures in this deck. Oh, we got some good news, folks. It looks like we got the control deck to rope. Love it. All right, I'll catch y'all on the other side whenever they're done, and we'll get into the next game. I ain't gonna lie, I've gotten to the point where I kind of enjoy the opponent's roping, because it's like a sign that we did a damn good job, and they're just letting you enjoy it longer. But looks like the opponent's going to just end their turn, and we're just going to get a big beat down in. Yep. That'll work. Okay, I think we can try to make this work. Obviously, a couple of spot removal pieces from the opponent. Oh, they're playing Elves. Oh, no. We know what this might be. We're going to need these two cards to do a lot of work this game, I think. Roxanne especially. But we'll see how things end up. Is there any chance we could find another creature worth playing here? So we could Badger Maul into a second thing. Okay, I guess that counts. I wasn't thinking Badger Maul into a Badger Maul, but hey, you know, beggars can't be choosers. I'll take it. Why not? All right, that unlocks all kinds of things we can do next turn. We can Roxanne to pick off their Duders. Oh. Oh, you're for real just Elves. I thought this was going to be like a life gain type situation. Oh. Well. Would they be playing anything larger? I guess it doesn't matter. Let's just fire this off. And I can still do this, so sure. We just pick off both their This is gross. And I have a mana left over. What is this deck doing? This is just sicko. This is not even fair. This is not right. How much? I had 3, 6, 9. I had 10 mana on turn 3, y'all. Like, this doesn't even make sense. And I was going to have even more than that the following turn. I didn't have any way to spin this much mana, right? I was just going to play like Leatherhead, but by then we're getting 2 more things. So that's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, after this attack, and then the next turn opponent would have been dead anyway. That's crazy. This turn was bananas. Okay, sure. We don't have any green mana turn 1, unfortunately. But the sand's a little too strong for us to throw back, as much as I would like to do some other things. So this is just a case where we're not leaning on Llanowar Elf to start with. Fog Bank. What the hell? Prevent all combat damage, but that is... What are people doing these days, man? Fog Bank. You know, why not, man? Why not? It's combat damage, so we can get rid of it with that. That's just funny. And I'm not going to discard here. Maybe I could have discarded Llanowar Elf, but we'd just be throwing a card away for 1 point. I don't think that was worth it. Alright, Lana and Elena. Coming in. This time I will discard the Llanowar Elf just to make sure we survived the crawler and we didn't have to worry about it. Okay, as much as I was making fun of the Fog Bank, in all seriousness, against some of these red decks, you know, when you need to block like a Slick Shot or something, like this isn't a terrible card. If they don't have a spot removal for it, if they have to find something that tramples, or else Fogbank just blocks it up. So I could kind of get how some people, if you're on a budget, are looking for some ways to deal with those. Yeah, we're keeping this. A lot of damage from our lands, but otherwise, this makes sense. If we draw another land, I might just play Inti and attack. I don't know. Let's see what the opponent does, though. The hand's kind of quirky and all over the place, so there's no telling where we're going to end up. So are we just playing Inti? You know what? I don't even think I am. I think I'm going to play Kryn. Mostly in anticipation that we might play Inti, and then if the opponent has some type of board sweeper, maybe we save something. Could also just be like, oh, well, never mind, there's Requiting Hex. Well, that changes the whole game plan. All right, you got it. Well, crap. We keep finding things that are changing our plans. All right, just attacking in the turn. See if maybe they take the turn off play like Furtic Core or something. Do. Do I want to destroy this now and let them put a counter on their guy? Like, probably. I don't think it's worth giving him the card, like, and the 2 life. A little bit nitpicky, but I think that's still the right call. What is that? A Maze Mind Tome. I just haven't seen that artwork. But they said they don't want a Maze Mind Tome here. Interesting. If we... I think we could threaten with... Alright, either way, I think we're just attacking. We can figure out the rest after that. So then if they have a sweeper, because they might want to get rid of Leatherhead, we can play Badger Mole into Inti, and then maybe play Dragonhawk. Alright, another Annex. So we're probably going to have to give up that Hexproof counter on Leatherhead. But hey, cost of doing business. Ain't going to be mad about it, you know? If that's what we got to do, it's what we got to do. Uh-oh, they left something on top. That's not good. Alright. Oh, and another Badger Mole Cub. Okay, wasn't expecting to draw that. But I think I want to maximize the damage that we're going to put on the opponent here. So I do want to discard a Badger Mole Cub. Even though I do genuinely believe a sweeper is coming. Oh, wait, no. I needed to put the counter on the Leatherhead. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. If they're going to sweep the board, it's kind of whatever. Alright. I was thinking if they had spot removal, but if they're going to sweep the board, we lose our stuff anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Later it gets it doesn't get indestructible, it gets hexproof. So it's not as bad a mistake as it felt like. Oh yeah, if this is what they're down to, this is great for us. Okay, this could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse. We can get them down to 1, but then they can gain life off of their Maze Mind Tome next turn. Oh. And this costs 6 to flip? Yeah. But they bottomed whatever. So let's just attack. I'm going to... Golly. Alright. Just maybe we find a burn spell or a removal spell and then we just end the game here, right? That ain't bad either. That ain't bad. We could have done a hell of a lot worse. Because now we have guaranteed damage between these two cards. right? So we just play Roxanne, ping the opponent for 2. Well, I won't say completely guaranteed, because they could still gain life off of their Maze Mind Tome. Okay, that's not bad, because we can just get that out of the way with Roxanne. All right. Oh, that needs a 4th counter. I don't know why I was thinking 3 counters. All right, cool. We'll just end it. Yep. Whew. Okay. I mean, we have all the parts to work with this one. Emissary. All right. Depending on what they do, we might need to anti-joins up here, but we'll see. Not interested. I will gladly take that point. Oh, they have double emissary. Why not, right? All right, I guess in that case, let's go ahead and play Badger Mole Cub into Surrak. And pass the turn. I don't think it's worth trading. I'll probably trade a Badger Mole on one of the next couple of turns. Yeah, that's fine. I was like, feel free to attack. I would allow that. So we have 3, 6, 7, possibly 8 mana if we want to do everything. I think we do. I think this is fine for us. Let's go ahead and fire this off. Get rid of the Vastland Scavenger. Let's go ahead and run out to Leatherhead. And then we're attacking. If you want to block Badger Moles now, go for it. Don't care. This is probably where we want a Roxanne. Yeah, Roxanne would be huge money right now. Or another Annie joins up, or, well, not that, as it turns out. Okay, well, get in there. I mean, it's all we can do, right? We didn't draw our other cards, so this is kind of it. We drew all the mana sources. This is what should happen, though, if we just draw a lot of mana. Yep, Augmenter, you got it. Ooh, Oko. Yeah, good times. All right. Actually, if we could get Dragonhawk, we could win in 2 turns as well, because of the double triggers on Annie joins up. So that could be a thing, potentially. But we don't have a lot of time. Like, we have to do this sooner rather than later. Things being what they are, I think we just shove everything in front of this Badger Mole, or Ouroboros. I think that's the right thing to do. And then we're down to just dealing with the Augmenter and the, well, we only drew a land, so it doesn't even matter. Never mind. I did the best thing we could do, y'all. I tried. We're still not out of it, though. Ooh, that could hurt. Alright. We need our removal spells, like, right now. Sure, what do you want to become? A Vastland Scavenger? Sounds good. Still maintains the 2 counters it had previously, so that's important. But let's go ahead and block some amount of the damage. Come on, deck. Oh, this is such a bad spot to be caught in. Because we want to get rid of the scavenger so they can't... I guess we have to. Man, that's tough. But I mean, letting them have that, there's no telling what they have, right? Well, there's an Ouroboros, as I say, so that's probably going to do it. Yep, alright. I'm willing to give them the GGs. Like, you got it, opponent. We just had too many dead turns. We drew basically a bunch of mana creatures and then just drew lands for the last couple turns. I mean, the get lost helps, but not enough, I don't think. Because here we can block one thing and then, oh, opponent, why did you not turn your thing into an Ouroboros and just attack us? We're getting an additional turn that we shouldn't really. Oh, wow. River's Rebuke. Gross. Okay, you have it now. You just did that pre-combat. Gotcha. Yeah, alright. I mean, I'll block just cuz, but we're realistically dead next turn. And we drew another land. Alright, well, if we're going to lose, that's how we go out. That's pretty disappointing. Well, you know what? Let's keep this. I was debating if I was going to play Restless Prairie turn 1, but you know what? Let's just see what happens. Collector's Vault. Probably some graveyard shenanigans. Alright, need to draw some untapped lands now, though. What is that? Dubious Decay? Alright. That's not what we expected to see, but I guess it works out. What's the other part of this? Sacrifice it, you gain 3? Or an opponent loses 3. Alright. Seen some wild stuff out here. Bitter Triumph. Discarding a doubling season. Oh, gee, they are in the lab. Serious. I don't know what's happening right now. Oh, my goodness. Hopefully we don't have to find out. All right, they're digging for something. Discarded a Heritage Reclamation. And they have a whole bunch of mana. We're going to Roxanne. Opponent saying GG's? Are they going to make us pick everything up? Like, alright, we lose... Oh, they gain 3? Is that it? Okay, weird. What is this deck? It's not even like a budget deck. I'm just like, what are we trying to do? Doubling season, but there's nothing to double so far. I mean, they must have just got the wrong parts of their deck because I don't even know what we're looking at. So what did we learn today, kids? You can play 25 legends in a deck. And it actually works. Yeah, this was interesting. This makes me want to mess around with some like Bant legends and other things that we've kind of just ignored for a little bit. I want to go back and mess with those. But I feel like this even has some spots to grow. One of the things, though, that I think helped this deck out is having something like Leatherhead that's just hard to deal with, right? And we could still combine it with other big cards, which I think, you know, Roxanne, again, being removal, being direct damage, it's just something that's gone overlooked for a long time. And Annie joins up, right? Being able to work with all of these cards so well. I mean, even with Kryn that one time, just like, oh, wait, I get to put 2 counters on 2 different things. Like, this is really good. Or, you know, 1 counter on 4 things or wherever the case is. So even that has some extra value. There's just like a lot of really good stuff going on in this deck, which is super fun, right? Super exciting. I'll put the record up here on screen, whatever it was. But this was entertaining, to say the least. I missed playing with like Roxanne and Annie joins up and whatever. But yeah, the cool part about this deck though is if you don't have, say, like Dragonhawks, there's a bunch of other relevant legends you can play, right? There's other big dragons you could play. If you don't have Roxanne, same thing, right? There's other creatures you can fill in into some of these slots. If anything, the only thing I was questioning if I wanted another Seriema or not, because there's a lot of times late game when you're like, oh, if I could just go get Roxanne, boom, we're good, right? Obviously, this doesn't let us go get Annie Joins Up because it says legendary creature card. But yeah, there's a lot of times, even just like Leatherhead, because you want to get rid of something, right? That would be good to go search for. And then again, you know, it's sweeper defense, if nothing else, right? You just play it, tap a couple things to it, and you're like, okay. Or you just attack, and it's like, all right, well, now what you going to do? So yeah, very, very, very interesting. I like this. This list, I'm going to leave it as is and let y'all tinker with it. But link will be up over on Moxfield like it usually is. But yeah, the best part about this is almost all old cards, right? So if you have an account that's been on Arena for a minute, while there are a lot of rares and mythics, a lot of these are older. So you might already have them from the last 2 years of Standard. You know, the only new cards I think were Leatherhead and technically Badger Mole Cub that have come out in the last like 6 months. Everything else is much older. So yeah, fun stuff. Getting to play with these again through the rest of this year because they rotate out in the beginning of the year where we're talking about like Dragonhawk, Roxanne, Annie Joins Up, Moira, I think. So yeah, we don't have a lot of time with some of these cards. So it was good to get to play this. But that's all I have you for now. We'll see you next time.